This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. What's up, Bruce?
Jody.
How are you?
I'm good. I figured out there's a setting on this microphone that allows me to actually hear myself, and apparently I've had it turned off like for
after how many years we've been doing
yes for so long, and so now I can hear myself when we're talking, and it's very different. Because I could always hear you, and I can hear like myself
you can
outside
hear yourself
right,
but not hear it through the microphone or through the headphones.
Right, not like so
that's hilarious.
It's nice, and you can see, because we're on Zoom, that there's this giant ball sort of in front of me.
It looks like you have the microphone super close to the camera.
Yes, so this is actually it's called the Chaotica eyeball, and this thing is
eyeball.
Let me turn this and show you
for my goodness
out there. So this giant ball goes over your microphone. It's about as big, it's almost as big as my head, and it's foam, and then it's got like this the very light I don't know what they call this, light fabric over the front that allows your voice through. Basically it's supposed to be really good for when you are recording audio in an open area. So if you're not in a studio.
So you don't have to have all the dampening things all around that I have set up behind here.
Exactly. And so I'm in the middle of a room basically, and I've been trying this out, and so you just like pop it on your mic, and it works. They've got a few different kinds, and they work with different microphones, and so I'm getting used to having this giant thing in my face here. But it's good. It's good. I mean, it seems like it's working. So
it sounds good.
Yeah. So it was kind of tricky to get on my mic specifically, but I've got it on, and I think it's good to go. So it was the reason that I realized that I could actually turn this dial and hear myself.
Because you were messing with it so much, trying to get that on there.
Yeah. So thanks, Chaotica.
And which one do you have? Just the eyeball or the fat boy?
I've got the eyeball. Okay. Yeah, the eyeball was the one that they recommended for my microphone. Okay. Yeah. So I know that some of them are bigger, maybe smaller, different sizes, maybe different shapes. Is that, or are they're
all round like that, but they have different color little coverings on there, and it looks like they might be different sizes depending on what you're using them for.
Yeah. So basically they do offer them for all kinds of things, whether you're doing a podcast or recording music or whatever. They've got a bunch of different options, and it's kind of a cool option if you don't want to go to a studio, if that's not in the cards, or if you don't have any of the stuff for sound dampening.
I might actually look into that, because I don't love having these weird sound dampening boards around over here, but they're just, I've gotten so used to having them around.
Right. So it might be worth a try.
It is a little crazy in the video though. I was like, is your microphone just that close to the camera?
I know,
or
it does, it looks huge because it is huge.
It is huge.
Yes.
All right.
So so there's that. I'm also I'm wearing a white t-shirt today, which you can see.
White t-shirt.
I know it's about the most basic thing that you can throw on, and it is it's something that I'm trying today, because I don't like wearing like just a plain white t-shirt. It's just not something that I'm not comfortable with. I don't feel like, I don't necessarily
is it because it's a white t-shirt?
Yeah, I mean, partially. I have for years and years not liked the way I look in white t-shirts. I feel like they don't fit as well. I don't like the way they look on my body. A lot of it has also been just like, I feel like that's sort of what I've trained my mind to believe, that because I'll wear a black t-shirt or green or blue or something like that.
The exact same brand or whatever.
Right. But
yeah.
Yeah, a white t-shirt is not something that that I'm comfortable wearing. And so I've been thinking back about it, and I'm like, why is that? Have I been told that that I don't look good, or that you see more of my body in a way that's not positive, or I don't know. And so I started thinking about it, and I couldn't come up with what that reason was, except that I didn't like it. And so I thought today, what the hell, I give it a try.
Wear the white t-shirt. I wear, the only time I wear a white shirt is underneath, like I wear them as undershirts.
Totally.
But I don't normally wear white shirts.
Right.
Because it's probably another like mental thing. Like I'm going to get something on it. I'm going to spill something on it. So then I'm worried. I'm thinking about that. So then I do.
Right.
So it's like I manifest that happening because I'm worried about, like, I'm going to spill something on the shirt. So be careful.
That's a very good point.
Do it, and I'm like, I'm not this much of a slob in any other shirt. I wear a white one, and then I'm like, oh, there's my lunch on my shirt or whatever, or my coffee. And I'm like, God damn it. And then it's done.
Yeah.
Like I just spilled coffee, my first sip in the morning, and now my shirt's done.
That's you're absolutely right. That is definitely one of the problems. So I just thought I'd give it a try and see how I feel after a day.
Are you going out later today in this white shirt, or are you venturing away from the house, or are you just gonna?
I am indeed. I am going to a concert that I bought tickets for 2 years ago that has finally been rescheduled and is finally happening.
That's so crazy. I keep forgetting about that.
So I am going to see a band that makes a beer that I enjoy, Deftones.
I was to say the Deftones are here.
Yeah. So they are kicking off their tour here in Portland tonight. Well, by the time you hear this, last week, and so it's I'm really excited. It was supposed to happen, I think, in 2020, and then it got. Or maybe it was 2021. It's been rescheduled. This is the third time. So it's
everything looks good for tonight.
Everything looks good. I'm excited. It has been a long damn time since I've been to a concert, and so I'm really excited to get out and go. But there's also kind of that thing in the back of my head that after years inside and kind of not doing anything, that is like, it'd be so much easier to just stay home. It's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Can I just stream this live on my big TV and sit back on my couch and watch this?
Right.
And not the same, Bruce, not the same.
It's totally not. And you're right. And I'm finding that I have to really push back against that to be like, okay, I'm gonna get out. I want to go out and do things. I want to have fun, because when I do go out, I'm enjoying it. Being able to get back out and do things is great, but it's kind of retraining your mind to be like, that is good.
There's still a lot of anxiety. I know. I feel it every once in a while when it's a bigger event. I'm like, oh, I have to do, all this extra stuff, and shouldn't I wear a mask or not, or whatever, it's all the other things that go along with it, because we haven't, it's dealing with big crowds again. I never really loved that anyways, but then you haven't in 3 years or whatever. And it's just for me, there's a lot of anxiety when I go out that I've never experienced previously, or it's just ramped up quite a bit now. But
and I'd say, to be honest, I had some of that anxiety before this, but I was able to more easily push through it. Now I think we've had these couple of years to just be like, okay, well, now you don't have to push back against it because it's not safe. So so it's kind of just getting past that, and I'm working on that, and I'm just reminding myself that it is so much fun to go out and be places with other people, to have kind of shared experiences, like concerts. So
the energy is, I love, even if it's like somebody I don't really know, or a band or whatever, like just feeling that energy from the crowd, you just really get into it, and I love it. Yeah,
absolutely. So me and my white t-shirt are going to head to the Deftones show.
Nice.
So
putting it to the test in public.
Good
for you. That's good.
I feel like I'm going to start kind of testing trying to wear some of the things that I generally don't like, or trying to find options that are maybe that kind of push back against the reasons that I don't like things. Like I've talked many times about my hatred for polos.
Oh yeah.
And how that's
you just gotta reassess how you feel about things once in a while.
Yeah.
Like weird foods or something, like, oh, maybe I've always hated Brussels sprouts or something.
Right.
Let's try it a different way. Yeah.
Being open and trying some of those things. And like the polo thing, I want to look and see if I can find, I've seen polos with prints that are really interesting. Usually you get stuck with something that's not so great. So I'd like to see if I can find something that I would actually like to wear that would kind of offer some semblance of style and go from there. I'm not going to throw on just a basic one, because that takes me back to a time in my life when I was very unhappy with the way I looked and felt. So yeah.
Nice. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Gotta just style it differently, do something different with it. What do you got there, Bruce?
So I have a very fragrant beer this week.
Beer time.
I opened it before we started recording, but I have not tried it, and it smells glorious. It is called Tropic Slam, and it is by Boulevard Brewing Company, which I feel like in the last few weeks I've had another Boulevard beer from my native state of Missouri. And I have seen a couple of these out here. Boulevard, they get out here to the West Coast, so they had to give it a try. And this one is an ale with guava, pineapple, orange, and other natural flavors. It says it's tart, tropical, and twist, whatever that means. So it's a 4.2%. And let's see, it smells great. It smells glorious. This feels like a summer beer for sure.
Exhilarating punch, juicy tiki vibes.
Oh my gosh, that's like drinking straight juice. That is, you would never know that this is beer. This is phenomenal, and probably dangerous if you had a bunch, but it's really good. This is.
It says something about a sour fruited Berlin Weiss.
Oh, okay, it's a Berliner Weiss.
Berliner Weiss.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, because they kind of have that sort of tart and sweet kind of thing going there. This is amazing. Nice. The pineapple really comes out, a little bit of orange. I'm never quite sure with guava. I don't really love the taste of guava, and I can't really taste it all that well. And I mean, maybe that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but I couldn't describe what a guava would taste like.
But I definitely get the pineapple in here, and this is amazing. This is if you don't want a beer, this is the beer that you need to drink. This is great. Like, I'm super impressed. And to be honest, I was not really feeling a beer today. So,
that was a good.
I know. So this works out. It's like, well, friend, we've got you. Here's the non-beer beer. And non-beer. I mean, it is a beer. It's just, it tastes not so beery. So when you're in the mood for something like that, I would highly recommend this Boulevard Tropic Slam. And enjoy.
All right. So I have a beer from Holy Mountain Brewing. They're in Seattle, Washington. It's called Black Beer. It's a dark ale. It doesn't say much about it. Dark, roasty, malty, coffee, and light.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of weird. Dark and malty, but light.
Interesting. I like those. Coffee. You get the best of both worlds when it's light enough to easily drink. What do you think?
Ooh, that is definitely roasty.
Oh, wow.
This one's definitely, but it is light. That's weird. It's like dark, but so it's a 4.5 ABV. It doesn't say what the IBU is. Doesn't taste very hoppy. Yeah, Holy Mountain Brewing, my first one from them. You can follow along on Untapped.
Yes.
Untapped.com, or they have an app that we check in on all the beers and rate them.
Yep. You can find the Heavy Conversation beer list that has just about everything we
just
enjoy.
about everything. And do a little picture, Bruce.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that label.
Yours is very tiki.
Yes.
Oh, I might have to retake that one. That one looked weird.
Uh-oh. All right.
Sorry, everyone.
Round 2. We try to get these photos so that when you're looking at social media, you can see.
And it doesn't look all boring all the time. All right.
Yes. So you can actually see the labels, see what we see, and then drink what we drink. So
hopefully drink what we're drinking or try to find it.
Yes.
So go friend us on Untapped so you can follow along and toast us. You can toast us.
Yes. Here's to you.
Here's to you. I don't know what I want to give that one. 3.75 maybe.
I gave this one a 5, which I never really give anything 5s because it's just not something has to really blow me away.
You were very excited about that.
I was very excited, and I like it when a beer surprises me, and it's that becomes more and more difficult the more beer that you try.
So wow, what is this one?
Yeah. So this is great. I don't know what I expected, but it's glorious, and I highly recommend it. So it's one that I will absolutely be enjoying again throughout the summer. So
I unlocked a new badge on Untapped.
Hey,
a brewery pioneer level 27.
Oh,
I don't know what that means, but
does it say?
Let's see. There's beer in them our hills. You're setting off on your journey through the world of beer, but be sure to take a little time to get to know each brewery as you go. That's a beer from 135 different breweries. Okay, hey. Nice. Yeah. Try 5 more to get to level 28.
One of the fun things about Untapped is how they kind of gamify and give badges for check-ins and all of that. So you're able to number 1, try the beers, 2, remember the beers, and 3, have fun.
That the second one is the most important one. Remembering the beers.
It really is. It's really that's vital. So yeah. So there we go.
That's funny. Beers from 135 different breweries. That's kind of cool though.
Yes. So I came across an article talking about the big and tall industry and how things are starting to turn around as far as people buying clothes again, getting out there and looking for different things. And for some companies, they were able to do really well through 2021 and the pandemic because people were buying online. But now that we're kind of getting out there again, people are starting to buy a lot of different things. Like, we're coming to wedding season. So they're thinking about suits and dressing up a little more. Things have definitely changed as far as what people are buying and what they want to wear. But in general, we're seeing that people are thinking about their clothing and what they want to put on when they get back out there. So the suiting thing is interesting. I guess, if you're thinking about weddings or, fancy functions, then you're going to throw one on. But I don't know. I mean, I guess you can see in the camera behind me here, there's a bunch of suits. So, if I have to wear one, I can throw one on, but I'm not particularly interested in suiting up all that much. Yeah. I mean, maybe that'll change the more I get out and the more things I'm doing. But I don't know. I am, however, a lot more interested in kind of revamping my style now that the world's opening back up and we're starting to dress up again. I'm kind of like, okay, I'm ready to get rid of everything. So I've been liquidating all my old stuff and trying to get new things and kind of try different things and be a little bit more deliberate about my style, like being thoughtful about what I actually want to wear and how I want things to look and all of that. So I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really done much for like redoing my wardrobe. I've just been I have quite the collection just from working in retail for so long. And again, I haven't really been going anywhere that dressy lately or anything, but I have had a few friends reach out about suiting. They got weddings to go to or whatever, and So the people are, starting to get back out into wedding season and events and stuff like that. Things are happening. So I think there's still a need for that kind of thing. I might actually go with a friend to help him kind of pick out a suit and
nice
get it altered and whatnot, make sure he gets measured up properly and whatnot. So
yeah, we also got a question at Chubster this week about about suits and tuxes and dressing up for a wedding. So that came through, and then I saw this article and it just got me thinking about it, that yes, I think people are getting back to it, and I just wonder how deep that's going to go. Are people going to be as into suiting and dressing up, being more formal, as formal as they were before, like pre-pandemic? Then I feel like no. I mean, I don't think that I will. I think that I will look at ways to bring aspects of comfort into whatever I'm wearing, and just kind of try to, I want to sort of mix and match the things that I like with things that fit and are comfortable, and we usually get one or the other. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think, like you were saying with your concert, like it's been rescheduled 3 different times from a couple of years ago. I think a lot of people's events and special occasions have been postponed. I haven't celebrated a birthday in 3 years or something like that.
Right.
All those kind of things, family reunions, whatever. I think people are starting to really ramp those up again. So I don't know if necessarily all of those events are going to need a suit, but a nice blazer or just something a little bit nicer to show up to a nice event. I mean, it always helps to have a new outfit when you're going out. At least it does for me. I like having something new when you're going to a fun show or concert or whatever.
It's nice to have the option should you need it. So yeah.
I know. I always tell people you got to have at least one suit that fits you well in your closet. Like, you never know. It's easier than trying to go find one last minute, because it's not going to happen.
True. Very true.
So have it in your closet, and take it out once in a while, make sure it still fits right. And
right.
I mean, I've got 4 or 5 of them in my closet. So
I would be curious to hear, if you're listening to this, if you are thinking about this kind of thing. Are you needing to dress up again to go back to work? Are you going to events? Are you doing wedding season stuff? You got friends that have maybe put off weddings and are now catching up. The article I read seems to think there's going to be a boom in that kind of stuff. So, which makes sense, as people kind of held off, they're catching up and doing all that now. So I'm curious. I'd love to know.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about people like actually going back to the office.
Yeah.
And how the work wardrobe, has it changed? Is it still the same for most people, like having to wear suits and stuff like that? Or
it really feels like some of that's going to change, just because we've spent the last couple of years proving that a lot of jobs can be done from home, so that you don't need to be in the office and at this very specific kind of made up standard to be able to do the job. So
when you're wearing your pajamas from home all the time to do the work.
Right.
I mean, exactly. I get it. You want to be in the office. You want to be, somewhat professional, whatever that, professional looking.
Yeah.
But how is that? As long as your clothes are clean and they fit well, I don't think there needs to be like the specific standard.
Agreed.
Yeah. It's a little, that it's weird to think about.
It is. Yeah. Well, that's all that I've got. I think. Yeah. It's there are good things to think about. Breaking out of your comfort zone, getting new clothes or clothes that you used to wear, wearing them again, and by gosh, get yourself some of this Boulevard Tropic Slam, because it's glorious. It's glorious.
I'll have to see what's that place we went has more of that.
Definitely.
Well, thanks, Bruce.
Well, thanks, Jody. Do it all again.
Enjoy your show, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.